another gorgeous Wednesday we have over here, and that means another delicious recipe courtesy of Kaluhi. Today I'm going to make something that really brings together two things I love so much. I love eggs and I really love sausages as well. All kinds of sausage. And for that we're going to make some amazing, flavorful, full-bodied but very easy to make Scotch eggs. This is going to be very simple and I'm sure you're going to love this one so much, and I can't wait for you guys to try this out together with your friends and family. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. With that said, let's get started. Karibuni sana. Kama kawaida, we always begin with a run through of the ingredients we're going to use. This is going to be very short because I'm going to use very simple few ingredients, because sometimes simple is best. We are using sausages as part of the main ingredients, and for today I'm using Farmer's Choice sausages, which in my book, the best in the entire world. Nimeenda juu, chini, side, everywhere. I've tasted the sausages in other countries. These are the best, but that's not to say if you're watching this from a different country, you can use the sausages in your country. You can use sweet Italian sausages, you can use Borrebos. If you're watching this from South Africa, is that the correct pronunciation? If not, please correct me. You can use German sausages, you can use any sausage you have in your native country. But if you're in Kenya, please listen to me, use Farmer's Choice sausages. I went with pork sausages, but if you don't consume pork for whichever reason, religious or otherwise, you can use beef sausages. Now, for the flavors I'm going to use for this recipe, that will complement the flavor of the sausages and not overpower it. Very simple herbs, and for that, some fresh dhania, which should be finely chopped so that we mix it in very well and it combines with ease. Some oregano, which is a nice spice with eggs, and if we add it with the sausage mixture, it will still complement the flavor of the eggs, which we'll introduce to this recipe a bit later. Some dried thyme, which goes well with any meat dish, and also some smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika, but if you can get your hands on smoked paprika, please do so. Now that we've gone through everything, we're now going to proceed to the next step, and that's making our sausage mixture, which will coat the eggs later on. Pretty simple. Let me show you how I make mine. We are first going to begin by skinning our sausage and removing the flesh that's inside the casing and placing all the sausages in a bowl. I will then add my spices, first starting with my smoked paprika, followed by my thyme, and then my oregano. I will then add my very finely chopped dhania and then proceed to mix everything until completely combined and even all through. We are now done with the sausage coating, and you can see that was very simple to put together, and I know you're also going to ace this 100% when you try this at home. Now we are going to proceed to the next step, and that is coating our eggs with the sausage mixture. And as you can see, my eggs are already boiled. I did the boiling just before I started filming in the interest of saving time. You can boil your eggs either soft boiled or hard boiled. And I say this on Twitter all the time, if you want the perfect hard boiled egg, boil it for exactly 13 minutes. Yes, you will have to time your eggs. If you want or prefer to have a soft boiled egg for this recipe, which some people really enjoy having a molten yolk for their Scotch eggs, boil it between 6 to 8 minutes. But if you like a hard boiled egg like me, do it for 13 minutes. It will always be perfect. Now that we have our eggs ready and we have our sausage coating ready, we're now going to proceed to the next step, which is coating the eggs. For the next step, we're going to take our cling film and roll it over our countertop. We're then going to take a couple of tablespoons of our sausage mixture, place it on the cling film, fold the cling film over the mixture, and then roll it with a rolling pin until flat. Once flat, take your egg and fold the sausage mixture over the egg very gently until completely enclosed. And then once the sausage coating has completely engulfed our egg, we're just going to release it from the cling film. And then for this final stage, we're just going to even it out so that it's nice and oval and without any holes. In case you have any cracks or holes that were not covered when we were wrapping the egg with the cling film, just do it at this stage. At this very stage, the egg and the sausage will be very sticky, and it can be a bit difficult to work with because it's so sticky. To eliminate that issue, just have a small plate of oil on your work surface or some water. I personally prefer to use oil. Dip your fingers, both hands, in the oil and then coat your hands, and then just rub it over your hands. Then once it's done, proceed to roll the sausage mixture over the egg until it's nice and seamless and uniform throughout. Mine looks pretty good and I'm very pleased with how it has turned out. So I'm going to set this aside and then proceed to finish the rest of the eggs. We are now done and they look absolutely amazing. The coating is nice and seamless. Everything is perfect and it smells so good. If I had no self-control, we're lying in a cooler when they're still raw like this. But I'm not a wild animal, so we're going to finish this and then we eat and eat. I already shared with you one hack, and that is to eliminate the stickiness of the sausage by rubbing your hands with a bit of oil. And I forgot to mention one other hack and one other thing you have to really put in mind. Your eggs need to be as dry as possible. Sometimes the eggs can become a bit wet, and if they are indeed a bit wet, the sausage mixture will not stick onto the egg as it should be. So to prevent that, if your eggs are wet, just pat them dry with a serviette or a kitchen towel and then set aside. They have to be as dry as possible. So don't forget those two hacks. With those in mind, let's proceed with the next and final step. For that, my ingredients are already laid out and we're going to only use some flour, some breadcrumbs and some eggs. I decided to use only 3 ingredients for this step because I want the sausage and the egg flavor to really shine. Yes, we have some spices and some herby seasoning in the sausage mixture, but we don't want to overpower the flavor of the sausage and the egg. Less is sometimes more, and for this recipe, it's exactly that. So for the final step, we're just going to take our egg and sausage, dredge it in the flour, mix it in the egg mixture and then toss it in the breadcrumbs, then set aside for frying. Easy peasy, very easy to do. So with that said, tuendelee. Leo tuko chonjo, we are not wasting time. There we are, guys. Kama kawaida, the perfect plate of anything comes from Kaluhi'S kitchen, and today we also have the perfect plate of thyme and oregano Scotch eggs. As you guys have seen, it's very easy to prepare, and in case you previously were a bit doubtful on how to prepare them, now you know how. Don't forget the exact recipe quantities are on my blog, link on my description box. Don't forget to try this out with everyone you know, because they also deserve to have something delicious in their tummies. Thank you so much for being here. Asante sana for subscribing. See you on my next video. For me, it's now time to go and have my breakfast. Bye guys.